You done with it?
No?
Okay.
Hello from Kirksville, Missouri. This is Randy Curvin, and this is Randy's Rant for October 24th, 2019. I got mail, people, and that's the first thing I want to get to. All right. My friend, Buddy Davis, sent these days, and I have enjoyed every single track, buddy. It's really right up my alley, and I appreciate it, my friend. Uh, Grace, you can take that where I can have some room for my rant. Donnie is having to sit out today because I was getting ready to get on the air, and clumsy me, I had an accident. Uh, my finger hooked my drink and knocked it right over. I had to grab the laptop, my Mac, out of that and dry it off. And I'm going to clean it after I get through. I've saved it from there, but that mess is waiting on me when I get through. Hello, Netta. Glad to see you. We got one person watching, and like I said, that's great. Blue Dot Family is something else, and then to get mail and Buddy These Days CD has really made my day, and kind of taking a little fire out of my talk for today, but I will at least do a short one because keep in mind I've got a mess in the other room I'm going to have to clean up. Let's see, where do we start? This is basically I'm going to start out with today. Donnie's all the time bragging about he's bringing the jobs back. No, he's not. They're moving out. Wisconsin industrial jobs are on the line because of the trade deal. Crucial swing Rust Belt states are losing manufacturing jobs. It's somewhere around, I think, around 10,000 jobs are leaving. And the biggest reason they're leaving in Wisconsin is you can't do the job if you don't have the supplies. And that's what the problem is. The problem is they have run out of what they need to manufacture. I think it's aluminum. They ain't got any. All right. Hello, buddy. All right. Hello, Jerry. Oh, like I was saying, it took kind of fire out of me. Having Coke go everywhere. It's all over these pages, but I managed to dry that off. Let me look back on today's. Got a little more on that. Oh, I just wanted to say a word about the snorter in chief. He was out snorting big time yesterday. I noticed it more in recordings. He'll be breathing along, reading something, and then you hear like that, and that's not normal. He has his nose full of something. I think it's Adderall, and he was. His nose seems to be larger when he's having all these. He did so great. He's won in Syria and all that bullshit. His nose appears to be, if it's not bigger, it's redder at the end of it, like he's been shoving up Adderall or something. And he came out and he talked. Donnie, you gave Erdogan and Putin everything they wanted, they got out of Syria. and he called it bloody sand or whatever, bloodstained sand.
Yeah.
And again, what he does is come out and say one thing, and then he takes it back in the next sentence. He talks in circles now. He's always had a senseless word salad, but he's getting worse at it because he's getting scared now. He's going to get worse. Yeah, Jerry. You're not crazy or anything, and that's what it looks like. His nose looks different when he does that. Let's say it's different than you've seen other times. John and I have spoken about this before too. He comes out, he's on downs when he's no energy and just talking real slow. And then there's the up him like yesterday, where he's definitely on some kind of drug. I wish they would give more of a close up of his eyes. You're going to see that his eyes are dilated. Let's see what else we got. And it's always a win for these autocrats, these dictators. And he never, you notice in his speech yesterday, he didn't say a damn word about Putin. And this has helped out Putin. It's helped out Turkey. It's helped out Syria. It's helped out Iran too. He sold out the Middle East. What I'm waiting for is where's Israel on this? Wouldn't that concern them? I would think it would concern them. Let's see. And nothing's going to happen in North Korea because they know they cannot trust Trump. We had promises in Syria. He takes that away. Every time there's a chance for him to work with him, they're going to walk away because they can't trust the man's word. So I know that's going nowhere. They're going to build all the nuclear missiles, submarine missiles they want because Donnie can't stop them. And the VA, that kind of hits close to home because of a fellow Blue Dot's father. Where is all this care that Stupid was talking about for the VA? They hadn't done a damn thing. Yeah, they bragged about it. It was going to be better under his regime. I got news for you, Mr. President. It's not better. It's worse. Let's see. I'm kind of rambling on, but people are used to that because look at Donnie. Yesterday, members of the committee, some were Republicans, and some that came in the room had access in the first place because they were on related committees. This was a play for one person and one person only, Donnie the Dickhead. And they're a bunch of snowflakes. They want it their way. They changed it for Eric Holder in 2015, but now they want it back a different way because it's just not fair to them. Yeah, when they're in charge, they do whatever in the hell they please to do. But if Democrats are in the majority in the House, they still want to tell them how to run things. It doesn't work that way. And as they saw, they delayed it yesterday, but they did not stop the testimony. There was another 4 hours that that witness with the Pentagon connected to the DOD came in and spoke. So they got the testimony. So that was stupid. And like I said, and they talk about it wasn't about due process. It was about, yeah, it was about Supreme Leader.
Vacuum is gone.
Huh?
The vacuum is gone.
Oh, good. We had a vacuum in the hall that we wanted to get rid of, and somebody finally paid off and took it. It works, but there's a bad hinge at the bottom, so they have to be careful when they clean it. But we've got a new one now. We're quite satisfied. So we just let it go that way. I wouldn't even turn it into the Salvation Army because somebody would take that uh, storage tank off there and not be able to figure out how to put it back on and then try to take it back to them. All right. Like I was saying, uh, and I'm hearing it's against the rules to do what they did. They went into the shift. When you go in that room, you cannot have personal electronics or electronics of any kind. And that's why they take up the phones and put them in a safe box before you go in there, because they endangered national security in there like they're reporters or something. Damn, they are the dumbest bunch, and they will do anything, including doing what Trump has done, endanger our national security. And if roles were reversed, uh, and Democrats tried something like that, they would have had them all locked up. I guarantee it. It's all different. It's a double standard. And they can't understand why they can't turn the snowflakes now and have things their way. In other words, they had a mini temper fit led by a man that was locked up, Matt Gaetz, who, when in college, was locked up for DUI, driving his father's uh, BMW. And of course, he didn't get any time, he didn't get any fine, and he did not have to give up his license for a year. White, privileged, rich kid. And of course, with that kind of experience, they don't learn anything. The arraignment of Parnas and Fruman were held. Uh, Parman is going to claim executive privilege because Giuliani, who's the lawyer of the president, he would have had to talk to the president personally. Client privilege, maybe. Lawyer client privilege, that might fit in there, but unless he spoke to the president directly, there is no executive privilege on that because he's not a member of the staff. Damn. And you look at the characters in this little scandal. Dmitry Firtash pays Lev Parnas. Paul Manafort's attorneys are defending Igor Fruman. Giuliani is looking for a defense attorney. Oh, man. And again, I'll express all that bullshit yesterday is they changed the rules when they went after Eric Holder. They didn't succeed, but they are the ones that changed the rules. Now they don't want to live by those rules. All right. Wow, I already covered that part about the electronics inside the shift. Uh, I wanted to get his name a little bit famous, Republican from Wisconsin, where they are losing manufacturing of aluminum products because they're run out of materials because of the Donnie's trade wars. Representative Alex Mooney proudly breaking the rules and the law and reporting 30 members, including their whip, Steve Calise, and they also had Steve King. I saw him go in there too. The damn bigot from Iowa, calling it transparency and justice, and that's reason enough for them to break the law. Hannity got his panties in a wad and is presenting this as Adam Schiff keeping secrets. No, but they know that with the audience, they know nothing else. They think that's the greatest news organization. They believe in all this shit about fake news. Everything else is fake. Can't listen to them. And it's basically about, this is a deposition of witnesses. They are acting like they don't understand that. They understand it. They know that their audience on Fox News does not understand anything because they're only seeing in the news bubble that is presented by Fox News. Okay, down to the Trump regime promised transcripts of the first Trump Zelensky call. They haven't provided that yet. And the greatest news that I've got for you, on Wednesday, and this is something to watch. That's what I'm going to label this. A federal judge has ordered all documents by the State Department related to the Trump administration, regime, dealings with Ukraine within 30 days. Now, that's going to be interesting to see if they are going to go against and stonewall federal courts. If that happens, like Rachel said, we're in a hell of a lot of trouble. All right. Yeah, Netta, and he's got a lot of them that will kiss his butt, and that's what they were doing yesterday. They were busy kissing that butt, puckering up. Ooh. And I get so sick of them that I find it hard. It's my duty to get out here and do this, but it's sickening to watch him when he's talking. I hope for whole clips that I can just pause it, get over his bullshit, then proceed and watch him sniffle his way through it. Yep. Republicans that did that are the snowflakes now. It's amazing. They call us snowflakes. Look at how snowflakey they were yesterday, enraged that this should be going on. I don't know who they think is going to stick with them. The man is digging himself deeper and deeper into this. And I don't know how long that a good many of them are going to hold with this. I mean, how bad's it got to get? Oh, and something I wanted to cover before the end, I'll kind of skip down some. Let me find it. It was right there in my head there for a minute. And the thing about it is, folks, I find it after I get off. Let's see. Oh, yeah, here it is. The court audio. I never did catch that yesterday, but I heard some both on Cuomo Primetime and on Rachel Maddow's show. In yesterday's audio, Trump lawyers argue that while in office, president can do anything. He's untouchable while in office. And they pushed that further and said, how about the Fifth Avenue example? And he shoots somebody. Does that mean the police cannot go after him? And they said, yes, that means the police can't stop him. In other words, he could start killing people on Fifth Avenue and keep doing it, and the police can't stop him. They cannot apprehend him. They cannot take him to jail. For the way they are pleading in this appeals court below the Supreme Court is he is above the law until he is out of office. That's not right. Oh, and I was going to say, before I let you go today, I will be working with Buddy Davis. I will start previewing that CD. It's got some great music on it. So I look forward to doing that. And I'm seeing the time ticking by here. But there's a few things I got to get prepared before I can do that. I'm going to be playing one song as I come on Facebook tomorrow, Beer and Bud Friday. And I will have it playing here. I'm trying to think of a way that I can, because if I'm on the backside over there, I can't very well control the CD. What I may have to do is have Grace go ahead and pause it, and then I can get to it after I get through my show. All right, folks, that looks like about it for today. I apologize for having to do it in here, but I'm clumsy. Oh, and I got to go clean up that mess. Not looking forward to it either. All right. Okay. I agree with that, John. They need to start locking them up. Now, I guarantee if it had been reversed, they would have locked up the Democrat. No doubt about it. Because we have a double standard in this country. They are privileged for some reason, even when they're in the minority in the House. They think they're still in the majority. They're going to call the shots because of the dictator that we have in the White House running his regime. He's not going to run the regime over us. All right. Peace. Resist, persist, and insist that we get this asshole out of our house. It's our house. He works for us, as well as his stupid minions that don't want to give him up. All right. Share this shit. Get it out here, America. We're fighting for our freedom. We are the guardians of liberty, and we will prevail on this. All right. Have a good day, and I will see you tomorrow on Facebook. Keep the faith.